This video is for 22 to 26. So in 22 it wants us to find the diagonal of a rectangular solid. So remember, the diagonal of the rectangular solid is equal to the width squared plus the height squared plus the length squared. It doesn't matter which one is which as long as we know all three dimensions. So in this case, if we have 4, 3, and 12, we're going to do the square root of 4 squared plus 3 squared plus 12 squared. So we'd have 4 squared plus 3 squared plus 12 squared gets us 169. So we have the square root of 169, which reduces to 13. In 23, we need to find the distance. So remember that the distance formula is x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So we would have our x1, y1, x2, y2. So when I go to put them into my equation, I would have negative 4 minus 5 squared plus 12 minus 9 squared. So that would get us the negative 9 squared plus 3 squared, which would get us 81 plus 9, which is the square root of 90, and that can be simplified to 3 root 10. In 24, we're doing the same thing, but now we have variables with it. So we would of 11f minus 5f squared plus 4g minus 4g squared. So 11f minus 5f is 6f squared. 4g minus 4g is 0 squared. So we would be left with the square root of 6f squared. Now, the square root and squared are inverse of each other, so they cancel out. We'd be left with 6f. In 25, we want to find the altitude and the slant height given the regular square pyramid with a perimeter base of 64 and AK is 17. So AK is this lateral edge is 17. If the base has a perimeter of 64, that means each side is going to be 16. When we draw in the slant height, 16 is split into 8 and 8. Also, from the altitude to the slant height, that length is going to be 8 because the altitude hits in the center of the base. So if I want to find my slant height and altitude, the first thing I'm going to have to find is the slant height. So to find the slant height, I want to use the lateral edge and half of the side. So we'd have 17 squared equals x squared plus 8 squared. That would get us 289 equals x squared plus 64. So x squared equals 225, x is 15. Now that I know the slant height is 15, I can use the slant height 15 and the part of the side being 8 to find the actual height, or the altitude, which is also the height. So we'd have 15 squared equals 8 squared plus y squared. So we get 225 equals 64 plus y squared. I can subtract 64 from both sides. We get y is square root of 161. So y is square root of 161, and that doesn't simplify any further. In 26, if a man is running a 100-yard dash and his speed is 8 meters per second, how long does it take him to finish the race? So we can do 100 divided by his speed of 8. And when we divide, that would give us our seconds. So this would be 12.5 seconds to finish the race.